Well, we got a call from the Chase Bank about you in there trying to withdraw money from an account that's not yours.
I was with my friend.
So where's your friend now?
In the parking lot of Chase.
What starts as a simple police body camera recording quickly turns into a revealing case about financial crimes, law enforcement protocol, and the consequences of identity theft. This footage captures a tense moment between officers and a suspect accused of attempting to withdraw money from an account that wasn't his. But beyond the arrest itself, this case raises deeper questions about fraud, due process, and the importance of understanding how law enforcement handles financial crime investigations. Today, we'll break down the legal complexities, the investigative process, and what this means for both citizens and police officers. Let's take a closer look.
Just going to ask you to step out of the car real quick. Just face that way.
Does that?
Yep, that is him.
Sir, you do me a favor, step out of the vehicle. So at this time, we're going to place you under arrest. You understand?
For what though?
Okay, we have enough evidence right now to place you under arrest
And I didn't do anything,
for
officer.
attempting to take money right now. No, put your hands behind your back. I'm not asking you, okay?
Identity theft is one of the fastest growing financial crimes in the United States, with millions of cases reported annually. Criminals use stolen personal information to open fraudulent accounts, withdraw funds, and even commit larger financial crimes. Law enforcement agencies, particularly local police officers, are often the first responders to these situations, and they must act quickly to prevent irreversible damage to victims. This case serves as an example of how authorities investigate suspicious banking activities and what happens when someone is accused of identity fraud. According to the Federal Trade Commission, identity theft cases rose by over 70% in the past decade. This increase has led to more aggressive policing strategies, including quicker response times to bank fraud reports. The suspect in this case was confronted after the bank flagged his activity as suspicious, prompting law enforcement to interview immediately. When banks report fraud attempts, officers typically assess the situation by questioning the suspect, verifying identification, and determining whether there is enough evidence for an arrest. In this case, the suspect's behavior, along with the information provided by the bank, led to his detainment. One of the most pressing legal questions in cases like this is whether the police had probable cause to make an arrest. Bodycam footage gives us an inside look at how officers gather evidence and assess potential wrongdoing. The footage shows the officers approaching the suspect, explaining the reason for their stop, and requesting compliance. The suspect, however, appears, to be confused and denies wrongdoing. This response is not uncommon in police encounters, particularly when individuals feel they are being wrongly accused. From a legal standpoint, police need probable cause to make an arrest, meaning they must have a reasonable belief that a crime has been committed based on facts and evidence. In this case, the bank's report, security footage, and witness statements likely contributed to the officer's decision to detain the suspect. However, it's important to remember that an arrest is not a conviction. Every individual remains innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. When investigating fraud or identity theft, police follow a structured protocol to determine if a suspect is committing a financial crime. This typically involves, number one, receiving a complaint. Banks, businesses, or individuals report suspicious activity to the police. Or number two, interviewing witnesses. Officers gather statements from those involved, including bank employees and customers. Number three, identifying the suspect. Police verify identification and attempt to confirm or disprove fraudulent activity. Assessing evidence is number four. Security footage, transaction records, and witness accounts help establish probable cause. And number 5, making an arrest if necessary. If the evidence suggests wrongdoing, officers detain the suspect for further investigation. In this case, the suspect was placed under arrest after officers determined there was enough evidence to suggest attempted fraud. However, as seen in the body cam footage, the suspect did not immediately comply, leading to further complications during the arrest process. One of the key moments in this footage is the suspect's reaction to being placed under arrest. Instead of immediately complying, he begins questioning the officers, demanding to know the reason for his arrest. While it's natural to want answers, refusing to follow an officer's lawful commands can escalate a situation quickly. Resisting arrest can be classified as either a misdemeanor or a felony, depending on the level of resistance. In this case, if the suspect physically resisted being handcuffed, he could face additional charges. Even nonviolent resistance, such as refusing to exit a vehicle or pulling away from an officer, can lead to legal consequences. Police body cameras are particularly important in these situations as they provide a clear record of what happened, ensuring transparency and accountability. Whether guilty or innocent, it's important to understand your rights when interacting with law enforcement. If you ever stopped under suspicion of identity theft or any other crime, here's what you should know. You have the right to remain silent. You are not required to answer police questions beyond providing your identification. You have the right to an attorney. If arrested, you can request a lawyer before making any statements. You can refuse a search. Unless officers have a warrant or probable cause, you are required to consent to a search of your belongings. You must comply with lawful orders, even if you disagree with the arrest. Resisting can lead to additional charges. Many individuals mistakenly believe that refusing to cooperate will help their case, but in reality, it often makes matters worse. In this footage, the suspect's questioning the officer quickly turns into a situation where he was placed in handcuffs, reinforcing the importance of knowing when to comply and when to assert legal rights appropriately. This case also highlights the growing role of body cam footage in law enforcement. With the increasing use of body-worn cameras, police officers now have an added layer of transparency in their reactions with the public. These recordings provide clear documentation of events, helping both officers and suspects by offering an objective account of what took place. In fraud investigations, body camera footage is particularly useful in capturing suspect behavior, documenting statements, and ensuring that officers follow proper procedures. In court, these videos can serve as key pieces of evidence, either supporting the prosecution's case or revealing misconduct on the part of law enforcement. As we reflect on this incident, there are several key takeaways for both the public and law enforcement. Identity theft is a serious crime. Attempting to withdraw money from someone else's account can have severe legal consequences. Police must establish probable cause. Officers need evidence before making an arrest. And police body camera footage plays a crucial role in documenting this process. Resisting arrest can make matters worse. Complying with lawful orders is the best course of action, even if you believe you are innocent. Understanding your rights is essential. Knowing when to speak, when to remain silent, and when to request legal representation can make all the difference in a police encounter. This case is just one of many where law enforcement is tasked with handling financial crimes while ensuring public safety. As technology continues to evolve, tools like body-worn cameras will remain essential in maintaining transparency and accountability in police work. Whether you're a law abiding citizen or someone who finds themselves in a difficult legal situation, knowledge is power. Staying informed about your rights, understanding how investigations work, and knowing the role of law enforcement can help ensure safer, more productive interactions with the police. In the end, cases like this serve as an important reminders. Like the choices we make in the moments of tension can define the outcome of a situation. By staying calm, knowing the law, and respecting the role of law enforcement, we can contribute to a system that is fair, just, and built on accountability for all parties involved.